Let's be real. If you're a developer, your code editor is basically your second home. But have you ever stopped to think about how much of your day you spend just moving around inside it? Well, today, we're going to look at a tool that promises to give you a genuine superpower for navigating your code, and it's inspired by one of the most legendary editors out there. I mean, seriously, take a second and think about it. Is it hundreds of times? 1,000? You see a function you need to tweak, a variable you need to check, you get the idea. Getting your cursor from point A to point B is probably the single most common thing you do all day long. And for most of us, it looks a little something like this. You're in the zone, typing away, then you have to break that flow to grab the mouse and scroll, or you do the classic Control-F dance. Type something, hit enter, nope, not that one. Enter again, still not it. It just feels clunky, because it is clunky. We've all been there, hunting for that one specific spot. And here's the kicker. Each one of those little hiccups is just a second or two, right? No big deal. But when you do it hundreds of times a day, every day, it adds up. It's like this constant low-grade friction that's draining your focus and slowing you down, probably without you even noticing it. So yeah, this thing has a name. Let's call it the daily navigation struggle. It's all those micro frustrations, switching from keyboard to mouse, scrolling past what you were looking for, fighting with the search command, all just to get your cursor to the right place. But what if there was a better way? Turns out, in the world of Neovim, this hyper-efficient keyboard-first editor, this problem was solved a long time ago with a tool that is absolutely legendary for its speed and precision.
It's a plugin called Flash Nvim, and for Neovim users, it completely changes the game. It turns navigation from a chore into, well, a superpower. You don't hunt for code anymore, you just appear where you want to be. It's keyboard-driven, it's instant, it's precise, and it's a feature that has made a lot of developers outside that ecosystem pretty jealous.
Until now. That's right, that exact superpower, inspired by that incredible plugin, has finally been brought over to one of the most popular code editors on the planet, Visual Studio Code.
So let me introduce you to the unofficial Flash.nvim for VS Code extension. And listen, here's the most important part, so I'm going to say it twice. You do not need to know a single thing about Vim or Neovim to use this. This is built for every single VS Code user who just wants to be faster.
All right, so how does this magic work? It's almost ridiculously simple. You hit a hotkey, Alt plus F. You type one or two letters of the word you want to go to. Instantly, every match on your screen gets its own little character label. You just type that one character, and boom, your cursor's there. The whole thing takes like 2 seconds.
But, okay, just jumping around is cool. It's fast. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. The real magic, the part that will actually change how you work, is its intelligent selection capability.
I mean, think about it, right? We don't just move our cursor to look at code. We move it to do something. Copy a function, delete a block, change a variable, and this, my friends, is where Flash goes from being a nice-to-have to a how-did-I-ever-live without this kind of tool.
I mean, just look at this comparison. The old way, you know the drill. That tedious click and drag with the mouse or mashing the shift and arrow keys, always trying to find that closing curly brace. The Flash way, you hit a couple of keys, a label pops up on the function you want. You hit that label, and the entire function is selected instantly.
Let that sink in for a second. For one of the most common things we do, selecting a block of code, we're talking about turning 10, maybe 15 keystrokes, or a clumsy mouse drag, into just 2 or 3 precise, lightning-fast key presses. That's a huge deal.
And this is all powered by 2 killer modes. You've got symbol selection, which lets you target things like functions and classes by name, but then there's Treesitter Selection, which is even smarter. It actually understands the structure of your code, so you can instantly select things like an entire if block or a for loop without ever having to hunt for the start and end points again.
So let's just recap the big wins here. It's lightning fast, obviously. It's super precise. The label system means no more guesswork. The smart selection is going to save you a ton of time every single day. And most importantly, it's built for everyone. No Vim experience necessary.
Okay, so I'm guessing at this point you're probably thinking, all right, I need this in my life. How do I get it? Well, the good news is getting started is incredibly easy. It takes less than a minute. I love this quote from the extension's creator because it just says it all. The whole point of this is to get you out of the business of just moving around your code and back into the business of creating. It's about closing the gap between your thoughts and the code on your screen. And here's all you have to do. Seriously, it's a 30-second job. Open up VS Code, head over to the extensions panel, and just search for Flash.nvim for VS Code. Now, make sure you grab the one published by Sourav Ahmed, click that install button, and that's it. You're done. So what are you waiting for? This is one of those rare tools that gives you a real, tangible boost in your daily productivity from the moment you install it. So go on, get your coding superpower. Search for Flash.nvmvi for VS Code in the marketplace and give it a shot. You won't regret it.